Studies Session 6, Administration in Social Work. Introduction. The study of the social services in Britain, usually referred to as social administration, started originally from its place in the study of social workers. It concentrated from those services which social workers needed to know in order to help clients and to understand their role. In this study session, we will examine administration and social services, reasons for resistance to change, and types of administration. Learning outcomes. When you have studied this study session, you should be able to 1. Define administration and social services. 2. Explain types of administration. 3. Discuss the roles of culture in administration. 1. Definition of administration. Administration is defined as the skill shown in managing people, money, materials, and time in such a way to produce the desired goals. Administration can also be referred to as the act of governing. It is the nerve center of all organizational activities. In generic terms, administration refers to In generic terms, administration refers to purposive activities directed at meeting group or collective ends. It's purposive because of its reasonability to meet collectively societal needs. Ojeshina, 2000. Furthermore, administration plans, organizes, commands, coordinates, and controls human and material resources as well as time. In administration, basic rules must apply. These include: 1. Organizational structure must be in place where every member understands and performs his roles. There must be an overall leader who calls the shot. 2. There must be organizational goals and procedures for achieving the goals. The goals must be clearly defined. 2. Types of administration. 2.1. Private administration. This may exist in profit or non-profit making organizations, but with less bureaucratic procedures. The management is usually small and concise. It can take quick decisions on matters. No taxpayers. Money is involved except those deliberately granted by government. The government has public policy control over them, making them to keep within the laws of land in operation. There are boards of directors and trustees who are held responsible for its activities. 2.2. Public administrations. This may be defined as a cooperative group effort in a public sector. Public administration covers 3 arms, namely legislature, executive, and judiciary. Public administration is the art and science of practical management of government affairs. It fulfills non-economic and socio-political goals. Public administration formulates and implements public policies and is financed from public funds. Taxes. It is highly bureaucratic and is often characterized by slowness, decision-taking. In public administration, resistance to change is common on the part of workers and clients. However, there are ways of reducing such resistance. We need to identify reasons for such resistance to change and then find solutions to such reasons where amenable to change. Reasons for resistance to change. Ways to reduce resistance to change. 1. Fear of unknown. Use consultation, casework process, counseling, explaining reasons for change. 2. Loss of existing privilege, assuring that change will enhance or maintain existing status or recompense for loss of privilege or status. 3. Loss of interpersonal work linkages, identifying efficiency working teams for assignment. 4. Imposed by someone else, look for consensus decisions, encouraging those likely to be affected to produce solutions. 5. To implicated, use the principle of partialization, keep all new approaches, processes simple, make adequate time available. 6. Threat to security, examine every thought and every move, make job requirements as consistent as possible with job expectations and aspirations. 7. Threat to values and ideals, regular training opportunities to diffuse new information and rationality. 8. Greater likelihood of mistakes, enable aspirations and expectations to be articulated. 9. Increase in burdens, informed and confident leadership. 3. Role of culture in administration. It is important to know that there is a group of very senior people at the top in every establishment and organization who fix policies and objectives. They allocate work to people in various divisions and departments, ministries of women affairs, social welfare and community development, local governments, health, etc. These senior people make up the main pillars of the organization. Power and influence come mainly from a person's position in the hierarchy. Procedures, systems, and committees are as important as job descriptions. People are not encouraged to go beyond what is laid down in the job description. This is called agency function in social work practice. Organizations with a role culture may have benefits from being large. They prosper in a steady, unchanging environment. Change in such organizations, when it does come, is often in the form of reorganization. Perhaps with new leadership at the top, change often focuses on new structures and systems as a way of improving effectiveness and efficiency. These changes often fail to have desired effects because they leave the basic culture of the organizations unchanged, and so the old problems continue with the new committees, job titles, job descriptions, and new procedures for communicating and reporting. Changing a role culture is very difficult. It often contains many people who find satisfaction in the security it offers. If it is to be changed, it requires coherent work at all levels and certainly requires support for and understanding of the change at the highest levels. 3.1. Task culture in administration. The task culture has a net structure, bringing together people and harnessing resources around common tasks. Teams are important. People get power through their expertise, and power is more widely dispersed in the organization. Senior management exerts control by allocation of people and resources to tasks and projects, and by clarifying and getting agreement to desirable organizational objectives. This is a very attractive culture for many people, particularly those in middle positions, but it is not always the most appropriate and best way of running an organization. It tends to be unstable when there are not enough resources to go around. In such cases, the tendency is to revert to the role culture, existential culture in administration. This is not really an organization form at all. It represents a collection of individuals pursuing their own work interests. Their own objectives are more important than the organization's, but the organization provides them with opportunities and facilities to pursue these objectives. In return, they may make some contribution to the organization. In some countries, some top-level professionals and technocrats as well as bureaucrats are a law unto themselves. Such people often bring a great commitment to their work and perhaps great skill and creativity. They do, however, tend to be highly individualistic and do not fit easily into an organizational setting. They will not easily fall in with other people's ideas, but can provide useful input to the development of ideas in the change process. Managing them is not easy, both in the steady state and in a change situation. The successful engagement of such people with the organization can be very rewarding for everyone. Abraham and Rankin, 1988. Efficient administration. As differentiation increases, efficient administration is required to achieve integration and performance. The greater the differentiation in an organization, the greater the need for administration. The weight of administration tends to grow unless deliberately checked by leadership. Unchecked administration inevitably leads to bureaucracy and the decline of creativity and wealth creation. Miller, 1996. Study session summary. In this study session, we explain that administration is the management of people, money, materials, and time in such a way to meet set goals. Administration is also an act of governing. We noted that in administration, there must be organizational structures, goals, and procedures. Someone must be the overall leader who has the largest powers of control. End of study session 6. Thank you for listening.